Good morning, students. Today my lecture will be on management. We are going to start with a new chapter in this week, that is functions of management. But before starting it, let's know what is management. This we have discussed in the 11th standard, but still, let's have a revision of it. What is management? In organization, the task taken to achieve the organizational goals is called management. In organization, the topmost structure is management. Basically, the foundation structure of an organization is leadership. The upward pointing arrows indicates that it communicates throughout the organization. That means management and leadership is interlinked. Now, management is what manager does. The definition focuses on the role of the manager. What does the manager do? The first thing, he allocates resources like human, financial, physical, and informational. He has to perform certain functions also, which we are going to talk in the whole chapter further. My further videos will be on functions of management. What are the functions of management performed by the manager? First, planning. Planning means deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do, and what to do. That is, setting the actions. The next is, we talk about organizing. Organizing means process of identifying, bringing the required resources all together and achieve objective of the organization. The next is leading, or we can say it staffing. Execution according to the plan, process of attracting, selecting, appraising, remunerating the best workforce is staffing. What is controlling? Comparing actual performance with the predetermined standard and performance set in planning process. So planning is the first step and controlling is the last step. Now you can see a small circle around the functions of the management. What are this? This shows that all the functions of management are interrelated to each other. That is, without planning, controlling cannot be done. Without organizing the things, staffing cannot be performed. That is, planning, organizing, staffing, and controlling are interrelated. They are efficiently and effectively connected to each other to achieve what? To achieve the organizational goals. So yes, students, management is a group activity also. We can say that. Management cannot be done without a manager. And what does the manager does in the organization? Let's have a revision of it. The manager allocates all the resources, that is human resource, financial resource, physical resources, and informational resources. That is, he has to appoint human also, he has to arrange for the finance also, he has to arrange for the physical resources also, and although he need to have the market information also. Yes? The next is functions, which we talked about. Basically 4 functions we talked here. We have 6. Planning means deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do, and who will do it. Second, organizing, process of identifying. Leading, execution of the plan. And controlling means to compare the actual performance with the standard. For what? For achieving the goals of the organization. That's about the first function of management. That is planning. Students, in an organization, a manager has to perform a function which is known to be as planning. Planning for what? He has to plan for the various resources such as financial, human resource, physical, and technical, so as to achieve the targets, that is goals. These targets are being divided into 2 parts, short term, long term. The short term target and the long term target are being achieved by a manager through proper planning. So let's see what is the meaning of planning. Meaning of planning can be explained through a small example. Students, we are in a present scenario where the world is being under a biggest crisis of coronavirus. From China, USA, Italy, Germany, and many more countries, all are under the effect of coronavirus. Even India is amongst these countries which has been affected the most. But as compared to other countries, India has done tremendous control over this pandemic situation. How? Because of proper planning. If Indian Prime Minister would have not called for a lockdown in India, India's situation would have been next to Italy. This is what is known to be as planning. Planning is an intellectual process of logical thinking and a rational decision making. Now let's discuss about the definition of planning. The first definition is Kuhn's. Kuhn says, planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who has to do it. That is, when the work is being done in an organization, a proper planning need to be done so that every individual of the organization is aware what they have to achieve. Planning bridges the gap from where we are and where we want to go. It makes possible things to occur which would not otherwise occur. Let's talk about the importance of planning. The first importance of planning is planning helps to set clear objectives. What are objectives? They are said to be as goals or targets. Planning helps in setting the targets. It helps the manager to analyze the present condition, and it identifies the ways of attaining the desired position in future. Let's explain this with an example. We all know Reliance as we use Jio SIMs. Yes, Reliance brought Jio in 2007. But with a proper planning, it started working on it, and in 2016, it brought the network of Jio. Till now, Jio is considered to be one of the best network. This is what Jio managers have done. They have set the target. They help the managers to analyze the present condition without panicking on it, and they try to achieve the desired result. The next importance of planning is provides path of action. If I want to perform any activity, firstly, I need to ensure that these goals are clearly stated to me, because they will act as a guide. That is, planning ensures that the goals or the objectives should be clearly defined to everyone so that they can use them as their guide for achieving them in future with more effectively and efficiently. The next importance is planning improves performance. How? Let's take an example of your studies during the examination time. If I have a paper, after 2 days, I start planning from today itself. Yes, I start dividing my work into different parts so that on the day of the examination, I am fully prepared and I give my best performance in the examination. So, planning helps managers in the organization to improve future performance of the employees, because my employees are being given the target before itself, and they help them to lead to effective working of the employees. With the effective working of the employees, after all, the effectiveness will increase of the organization and it will have a good performance also. The next is minimizes the risk. Yes, if I do planning beforehand, my risk which I will face in future will be reduced or minimized. That is why I need to do planning. That is, I need to anticipate the future changes. That is, I need to first forecast my future so that I can bring changes from today in such a way that I can meet my targets in future. The planning shows the way to deal with changes and uncertain events. Whatever certain uncertain events which are going to occur in future, I will be prepared for it. For example, the last example which I took of the COVID-19, we all are at home. We all are planning accordingly for the future also, isn't it? This uncertain event which has been occurred today was not been anticipated before. But with this present situation, I can anticipate my future changes also. That is, there can be changes in the situation in future. So I'm already prepared by planning for future. This is how I minimizes the risk. Next is planning leads to optimum utilization of resources. Planning helps me to facilitate optimum utilization of resources, which brings higher efficiency and better result. Organization plans are prepared by taking into consideration the availability of resources and their proper allocation. One can avoid wastage of resources by doing proper planning. That's why we say planning leads to optimum utilization of resources. The next is helps in decision making. There are various alternatives in front of management. For achieving goals, planning helps the management to select the best alternative by considering all positive and negative outcomes of the alternatives. It also helps the manager to take rational decision making. That is, amongst the alternatives, they can select the best one. This can only be done through planning. The next is useful in setting the standards for controlling. Yes, we say planning is the first and foremost function of management. As compared to the other functions, planning set standards for the other functions and basically for controlling. So, planning is the first function and controlling is the last function, which depends on planning. The actual performance can be compared with the standard, and manager can find out the deviation, if any, between the actual and the standard performance. Therefore, planning provides basis for control. The next is promotes innovative idea. Planning is a process of decision making which involves promotion of innovative ideas after critical thinking. This innovative plans result into attainment of the goals of the organization. It is the most challenging activity of the management. Yes, students, planning is challenging activity because it guides the future also. So, planning involves critical thinking and innovative ideas. So, in short, planning plays a vital role in every walk of the life of an organization as well as of an individual. Let's talk about all the functions in all with a case study. Students, you need to listen it very carefully, and then we'll talk about the different importance included in this. A company known to be as Flow Technology deals in bulb manufacturing business. It plans for a successful year of production and sales this year. It has in advance given targets to all its departments and employees. So student, you need to know the targets are being already given to the employees. The department and the employees are happy about this. They know that now they won't have to do unconcerned activities, thus leading to this to more focused approach resulting in saving of resources. So here unconcerned activities are being eliminated, right? The company is thinking of starting 2 new plants in southern portion of India. For this, some concrete plan has to be made. The main core team of the company has decided to weigh all the options and then choose the best one. The road might be long, but the company is geared with face all challenges. So in the whole case study, what the company has done is they have already given the targets to the department. Then they have made plans, and amongst those plans, the most effective plan will be taken by the company. Now let's see the importance of planning indicated in the above case. Let's analyze the case. What do you think? What is the first importance given in the case? The first importance is planning provides direction. That is, in advance, they have given targets to all its department and employees, right? So what they are doing, they are already providing path of action to them, right? That is the second function of planning. Next, the second importance which has been highlighted in the case is planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activity. That is, it leads to proper utilization of resources. They know that now they won't have to do unconcerned activities, thus leading to be more focused approach resulting in saving of resources. The next importance which has been depicted in the case is planning facilitates decision making. The main core team of the company has decided to weigh all the options and then choose the best one. That is, all the alternative are look into, but the best amongst all the alternative is being chosen by the company. Now students, let's revise the planning. What is planning? Planning is deciding in advance what we have to do, when we have to do, how, right? Again, planning is a proper, we can say, initiative which a manager takes, and he tries to build the gap between where he is and where he want to go. That is, where the organization wants to go, it bridges the gap between that. Now if I say here that we can say that a person have started a business, right? He has started his business from zero, right, with zero money, and he has built his business around, now his business is around 100 crores. This is what he has done a planning, that starting from a zero, he has reached to 100 crores of the business.
This is what the planning is, where we are and where we want to go. It comprises of planning about the resources, human resources, again, the techniques, technologies, the people, the place, everything comprises under planning. Now let's revise once again what is importance of planning. Students have arranged the importance of planning in an acoustic way. If you are somewhat knowing about these terms, DSP is again related to the police services. ISP is also related to the police services, and MOPUS Open MO is also related to that. So I have arranged them in DSP. It's easier to remember DSP, ISP, and MO, right? In planning, if we say, as police is a very good planner, the police plans the we can say action, and then he catches the thieves. Similarly, planning will help me, my organization, or help me in achieving my targets. So how I have arranged them. D stands for decision making, which means that every organization requires planning to make a particular decision, right? S stands for sets clear objectives. Yes, planning helps in setting the clear objectives. Again, P stands for path of action. Path of action means where every action, whatever I do in my organization, in whichever position I am there in my organization, I have to plan my action. So planning helped me in acting in a correct way so that I can achieve my targets or goals. Again, I stands for improved performance. Improved performance means if I want to improve my performance, if I want to achieve a good target, or I want to achieve a good position in my organization or in any way, then I'm required to improve my performances. And planning will help me to improve the performances, right? Again, here I would give you an example that week in the months of May or June, we were unaware that what will be the situation further, whether we will be able to go to school, colleges, or not. Now the condition is such that similarly I need to sit at home and study, right? The same way which I used to do in March or April. So I've planned my we can say action accordingly, and I'm trying to improve my studies. So this is how planning will help me to improve the performance. Promote innovative ideas. Yes, to study I have to entertain myself, or I can say to have a to study well, I need to bring innovative ideas. This is what I have done here. I have arranged the importance in a caustic way. This is an innovative idea of making you understand the things. Setting the standards for controlling. Yes, if I have achieved the target, then I do the controlling that whether I have achieved the set target or not. So planning will help me to do that. That is, it helps in setting the standards for the controlling. Minimizes risk. Yes, if organization wants to minimize the risk, then he has to start doing planning first. So planning would help me in minimizing the risk. O stands for optimum utilization of resources. Yes, any organization would require that it would plan accordingly and it would use its resources to its maximum. Now my parents have given me laptop to study. So this we can say that the so we can say that if my parents have given me a laptop, I should use it to its maximum for my studies, right? So for studies, for playing, for entertainment, I use those resources to its maximum. This is again what a proper planning can be done through. That planning would help me to use the resources to its maximum. I hope you have understood the planning part and it would be easy for you to remember the points. I have only done 8 points with you all, so it's easy for you to learn. Planning would relate to police planning, that is DSP, IPS, and MO. Thank you.